We are now going to generate some logarithmic transforms of variables using the for loop. So in this case, we have loaded the fatality data. And in this fatality data, we have the UN rate, which is the unemployment rate. We have the per inc, which is the per capita personal income. And we have the MPOP, which is the employment population ratio. So what do? We can use the for each loop, which we have here, and then we just remove these, and we can generate the variables just by running this code. But what did we do? We generated these ln unrate, as we see here, but what actually happened? So if we just paste it again, no, we do not do that. We just paste it again, and we go through this. So here we run the for each function, and then we need a temporary variable to contain a list of variables. So in defines the list is coming, and here we have the unemployment rate, we have the per capita income, and we have the employment over population ratio. So for each iteration of this for each loop, X will first contain unrate, next it will contain per inc, and then it will contain MPOP variable. Okay, so during the first iteration, X is unrate, and then after this bracket comes the code which the for loop is executing. And here you say generate this variable, and this variable should be set equal to the value of this variable. And remember, during the first iteration, X equals unrate. So what you could do, instead of writing this, you could, we have already defined them, but what you could do is to write generate ln unrate and set this new variable equal to the logarithmic transform of unrate. So during the first iteration of this for loop, this code is run. And during the next iteration, X is equal to the second variable in the list, which is per inc. So then you would run the code ln per capita income, and you would set this ln per inc variable equal to the value of the logarithmic value of per inc. However, there is one caveat, okay? So let's remove these. Let's see, drop selected variables. Now we have dropped them. And let's say we would like to write this down ourselves, okay? So we know that we have to have the for each X in unrate, per inc, and MPOP. And we have to make Stata ready for some new code. so far so good. And it's looking for more code. And we just type generate, and the name should be ln plus x. However, these signs here, they are not equal, or they should not be equal. This is the normal, I don't know what to say, what to call them, but this first one, you see here that it's different, right? So these two are different. So the first one has to be the, if you type on Windows, the Shift button, and on top right you have the correct button. Okay, I really don't know what to call these seriously, but now you know that these are different, and you have to look for the sign or the character which is like this. Okay, and this should be equal to ln of and remember, you have to use this character and the different one and enter. Okay, and lastly, you just have to close the loop. So now we can look if we have gotten the variables, and indeed we have the logarithmic transform of the unemployment rate, the per capita income, and the employment over population ratio.